Friends, good morning everyone. My name is Arseny, I'm the product owner in the project Donor42. Here's a fun fact, I decided not to use teleprompter text for my slides. So today I will tell you about our new thing, about launching delivery using mobile application Donor42. Initially, in our concept, we were mostly focused our efforts on the strong presence, stylish location, stylish shop, a location with high traffic, and of course a high speed of service. So that's why delivery, initially we didn't have it. And as for delivery, we had two big questions. First question is, do we have enough people that are going to order our doner kebab using delivery? Because for pizza it's clear, pizza is a food for a group of people, because doner kebab is individual food, you don't have to share it. So we were questioning whether we have enough audience for this. And second question is how good our product will be, and will it actually suit the format of the delivery, because we have to retain the crispiness of our bread, the tastiness of sauce, the temperature and whatnot. But of course we were thinking about delivery, because of course, as you know, our eldest sister Dodo Pizza is an absolute leader in food delivery, and in our company we have a lot of experience in this issue. And another thing, of course, is we do want to develop our franchises, and the more flexibility our model will have, the more opportunity it will give to our partners. And generally it's just a global trend, everybody goes into delivery, and ultimately it's more of a thing for us. And the most important thing is that after opening, people wanted to deliver our product via different loopholes. They were calling cabs or other delivery courier services. It was costly, but still people were willing to pay the money. But one cannot just go and launch delivery system. It takes a lot of groundwork. You have to work on IT, on application, on finding delivery people, operational work. And even if we just open up and we're still finalizing our concept, and we've been working at full capacity from day one, how can we check this hypothesis, these two questions, whether it would make sense to launch a delivery? So it would take to pool the resources of all of our team to do this. So we needed an MVP, and in our case MVP was delivery via aggregators. But there was a nuance, there was a caveat, that our delivery system Dodo IS cannot receive external orders from external sources. And it was related to the fact that Dodo Pizza is not partnering with aggregators in Russia. It is partnering with them in different countries, and over there those orders are inputted manually using the call center interfaces. And our developer Dmitry, you can see him on the picture, when he saw this, he just sat down and he made automatic integration. So now this order can be done by our users via our partner's application, and automatically gets into our information system. It works swimmingly well, and very soon our colleagues will be adapting this solution in other countries for pizza. So what are the results that we've seen on delivery? Very good, I would say. In June and July we had a revenue in a month, it exceeded 1 million rubles. So that's about 20% of the total revenue of the place. So, the number of people is quite sufficient to make a delivery system. But the most important thing is that the ranking in aggregator, for us, it was almost always was at the level of 4.9 or even 5.0. In aggregator, it's quite relevant because it's constantly changing based on the recent orders in the last week. So we saw that our product for delivery is enjoyed by many people. So we killed these two birds with one stone, and we decided that we need to make our own delivery. In order, to make a delivery, we had to take one of the three main directions: operations, IT, and marketing. So in operations, of course, we need to make everything work. We need beautiful courier and delivery people, and for them we need the transportation. And take a look at this wonderful electro bike. I think it's quite futuristic looking. It's very comfortable trunk that has a lot of payload and nothing can get out of it. So you need to have a bag that would retain the temperature and the shape of our product. And we've taken, a page out of the book of Dodo Pizza, and we designed it ourselves, and it turns out to be very good. ultimately. And of course we have to calculate all the costs, so it would actually work on the delivery, and outlining all of the area that we could deliver to. And what's also important, we outline models without individual manager for delivery, so delivery people just picked up the orders themselves. As for IT and our informational system Dodo IS, so on the slide, you know, it's a monolith joke. So Donor 42 is a second concept that works on delivery. So a lot of things that were tied on pizza, we had to untangle from them. For example, this delivery application that was only for pizza shops only, now it has to be made universal so that you could switch between these two concepts. Or geolocation that we actively use, we also need this service. Or we have a tracker. Of course, it's when, you know, employees at the kitchen, you know, they report on the status of the order, and it's important for us when delivery comes up, our process on the kitchen would not get overly complicated because it would slow things down. So we had to again revisit the entire model. So that's why I have to give props to other teams and props to all the teams that helped us. And of course our wonderful mobile application. If previously it was just, you know, it was just an order terminal in just one shop at the street of Народное ополчение 47/1, and please visit us, we'll be waiting for you. Now it's a full-fledged food tech application where you can select delivery and donor shops. You can select it from the list of shops. You heard me right. Right now we have only one shop, but it's a secret, but I'll let you in. Very, very soon we will open new shops. We already signed agreements on the renting space, so we're ready for such developments. And of course, let's not forget new features that you probably haven't seen in other concepts of Dodo brands. First one is paid delivery. So the thing is, our, let's say, compared to pizza, our product is self-cost is higher, our average purchase bill is lower, and if we make, you know, high minimal order price, no one is going to order from us. So we need a paid delivery service with the dynamic pricing that depends on the price of your order, so that it would be all flexible, we could experiment a bit. Another thing is canceling your order. Imagine a situation, for example, you ordered everything and then it turns out that you forgot to order sauce to your French fries. And you will have an opportunity before we started making your order to cancel the order, or just in the application you have to write to, you know, support or call it off or eat your French fries without sauce. You can do it all in the application. Just cancel it. Right. Also, we're actively using geolocation and geographical data. You know, this functionality is often switched off, but very soon we will switch on tracking our delivery guys on the map. It will just, you know, show you that, you know, delivery guy is, you know, right at your doorstep, and please don't meet our delivery guys in just your underpants. Please dress up when you meet them. And of course, one of our oldest features is dark theme. Of course, we still support it because 40% of our users use this dark theme. But the most difficult, I think, task in making a delivery system is to decide what a person needs when you launch an application. So whether it's delivery, or we're talking about a donor shop, where this person is located, do we have a permission to use his coordinates, is he authorized for making orders? So there are a lot of crossroads, lots of different scenarios, and for the user himself, it has to be streamlined. So, for example, he just launches an application, we already know what he needs. And this simplicity, of course, breeds complexity in its development. So we need to make a solution that would be managed from the server, so that we could update our logic without updating our application. And it was quite an insurmountable task. And at this photo, you see our designer, Evgenia. And she eats donors when she makes all the adjustments in the design which she was making. But, again, I assure you, right now, no designers have been harmed in the making of those designs. But, of course, maybe a lot of you may ask a question whether we're going to switch off aggregators. Not yet, not yet. We're planning to compete with ourselves, basically. Our delivery system and the aggregators, because we need to again, streamline our service at the level so that the people would have a reason to install our application. Of course, again, it's a very comprehensive task, and for its solution and initial results and marketing the results will be delivered by my colleagues. So please follow our channel. It's very tasty in our shop. And here's a historic photo. This is our first delivery order, 2 hot doner kebabs in just 16 minutes. If you live within the boundaries of our delivery zone or just visiting, just come around and order our tasty doner kebabs or use delivery system and send us feedbacks, because it's very important, especially now since we just launched our delivery system. So thank you all, guys. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kristina Aydumova. I'm the leader of Dodo Pizza. Well, not really. I'm the leader of SMM of Dodo Pizza in Eurasia, and today I will tell you about how we launched the chat for psychological support for Dodo's restaurant employees. Well, every goal, every project, of course, starts with the goal setting. And for ourselves, we set a goal that we wanted to achieve with this full-scale advertising of this project. And the first thing is, of course, supporting our employees. So working on maintaining the right ambiance, if you will, the right vibe for the employees of our pizza shop. Sorry, I'm very nervous. I apologize. Okay, I'm good. Right, so that was the first task. Second task is working on the... I'm sorry. Can we start over? No? It's okay, sorry. Right, so 3 tasks, but I'll just start over. So we wanted to, first of all, make our employees feel comfortable at the workplace. Also, we would like to improve the perception of Dodo Pizza as an employer brand, and of course increase the engagement of new employees. So why we selected psychological help? Why do we think that it's important for the employees of the Dodo Pizza? Well, generally, it's used to believe that psychological support has become something of a common practice even, and lots of big companies, IT companies, they hire psychologists as a full, time employees, but nobody does it for employees of food service and food industry. And when we were trying to figure out whether there are similar cases on the market, for example, we haven't found anything really. And we understood that maybe if someone doesn't do it, maybe we need to figure out why is it so. And if we look into this, if we dig deep, why food industry needs psychological help, I think we need the support even more than just an ordinary office worker, because employee of a food industry encounters a lot of loads, mental load, physical load. He works non-stop, 24/7, and of course all of us encounter these difficult situations at our workplace, and this fast-paced mode of work is very intensive. So when a person goes through these difficult hoops of damaging his physical and psychological health, he prefers just to keep quiet about these problems rather than sharing them with their colleagues or with their bosses, because he thought that it's easier just to bottle it all up and not to share it with anyone. But when you experience some internal frustrations and struggles and you don't share them with other people, it accumulates and it leads to stress and burnout, and it equals that, of course, to poor quality of your work. And you start, for example, deliberating and thinking, you're thinking that I cannot do this anymore, I don't want this, and you start to think that maybe it's high time for me to quit. And if we just draw the line on why we need psychological support to the employees of pizza shops, first of all, we need this so that just to talk through your situation and understand that it's very realistic, that you can handle it, you can work this through. Because when you talk to another person, it gets very easier for you. So when we understood for ourselves that we actually need psychological support for Dodo employees, we started thinking, what sort of format should we approach? Not a lot of formats actually exist out there. So you can actually make it individual meetings with every employee. It's very, costly. It's very time ineffective. So then we decided maybe it could be phone calls, and we first of all initially focused on phone calls. And why phone calls actually don't suit psychological support, because this format, you know, it's thought to be very outdated, because call conversion is just 3%. And why? It's very difficult for people to go through and go beyond their personal boundaries and talk to, you know, a person they don't know and share and unload their burdens on somebody over a phone call. So when we started thinking about this, we realized that chat conversion, when you were chatting with a psychologist, it's higher than over a phone call. And when we started looking for a service that could provide us with all of this, with all of these efforts, we encountered the company called Alter, and they are pretty much the only ones who agreed for this adventure, and they actually were the only ones who could realize this vision. It was a chat in Instant Messenger. When you just write it, and you authorize and register using your phone number, you write your question, and the psychologist of Alter joins up your chat and renders your support. It's very important for chatting, you know, having a clean writing Russian speech. And since we have you know, a lot of nationalities in our pizza shops, we realized that we need to engage different experts that could talk to them, and we need to compile a list of those psychologists that could speak different languages. And of course, the most important thing of everything, of this entire project, is to talk about this, to announce about this, to display it in a loud voice. And why is that? Because it is important to talk about this in our industry, about how we treat our employees, about how we treat our guys, because psychological support is very important. And, you know, not just, you know, that we can give you a peace of mind, but we can make you confident about tomorrow, about your future in this company, and we do take care about you, and you will help our business grow. So the first thing that we did, along with Alter Psychologist, we made checklists. They are designed on 5 the most stressful situations that workers of food industry can encounter. These checklists were made on a special website. You can share it with anyone, really. We made it specifically for the entire industry, so that the guys would make it easier actually to go out of a situation. For example, when a customer goes to you and you had a negative experience with him or a negative experience with the company, he is very frustrated, and you need to know how to react appropriately to the situation, not to, you know, give in to your emotions, not to give in to frustrations, and help a client and yourself. So, in order to share this story even more, this website even more, and to tell about all this, we partnered up with an online project called Eto Znak Mag. These guys, they're making phrases, reminders of the importance of mental health. And usually they draw them in Photoshop on made-up facades, made-up banners, and it all looks, you know, a little bit surrealistic, because they make up phrases for make-up banners and facades. And we thought that maybe we actually need to make a real banner, not a made-up one, for real people, for ourselves, so that this way we would take a first step to emphasize the importance of this project. And using 3 media facades in Moscow, we put up 9 phrases about the importance of mental health of our project. Also, we wrote, I think, a very good press release in mass media. A lot of people wrote to us, and they supported our initiative. So, to sum up the results of this advertising campaign, so 25 different media outlets mentioned us, 15 Telegram channels wrote about us. The total outreach on the mentions and social networks of Dodo and partners reached 1 million. And we actually made a count. We got 1,500 positive comments. And let's take a look maybe at what sort of results do we have after the first week of this chat operation. And so in total, 266 Dodo employees wrote to the chat. Very interesting numbers we got here. One of those numbers is that a third of all of the employees, they write between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. in the nighttime. And the most important number for our Alter partners is that 58% of psychologists respond in 8 hours. Another thing I wanted to share is that Dodo employees and talking to psychologists, the number of conversations with psychologists decreases by Friday, but that's clear because, you know, in Friday we have high time, lots of people come to our restaurants, a lot of workload, you don't have time to write to psychologists, so Monday and Tuesday are the most popular days, so probably today they will write to them too. So that's pretty much it. I would like to wish you a good week and thank you for your attention.